now I have a small confession to make. I often struggle with acronyms. I find some of them quite, well, they are tongue twisters. And I hope fervently that this new bank for women is not reduced in reference only to BMB. Women must know that this bank is for them and for their benefit, something that does not emerge from the acronym. The Bharatiya Mahila Bank starts out today with 9 branches. I am told that it has an ambitious program of opening several hundred branches in a relatively short span of time. And as it grows and reaches out to more and more women, I would like to urge the staff, its staff, to always remember that an extra effort is needed to reach to the remotest and farthest village and the poorest woman in the country. Success is measured not only by the numbers you reach, but also by your willingness to walk the extra mile, to work that extra hour. You will have to be especially kind and supportive to the young girl who wants alone to educate herself. You will need to show that bit of extra patience with the woman who wants alone to build her home. And you will need to demonstrate extra compassion for the poor and uneducated woman who is among the lacks that the banking sector has so far left untouched. I am confident that with such a distinguished top management and a motivated staff, you will measure up to the great expectations that ride on your shoulders. I am proud to be present at the inauguration by the Prime Minister and offer all my good wishes and felicitations to all the employees and wish them every success in the future. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Madam. May I now call upon the Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh, to deliver his address.
Respected Sonia ji, Shri K. Shankar Narayanan, Governor of Maharashtra, Shri Prithviraj Chavan, Chief Minister Maharashtra, my cabinet colleague, Shri Sharad Pawar, Shri P. Chidambaram, Dr. Farooq Abdullah, Shri Praful Patel, Shri J.D. Seelam, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. We have gathered here to witness the beginning of a unique new institution. The Bharatiya Mahila Bank, which is being inaugurated today, will provide financial services predominantly to women and women self-help groups. I understand that it will also be largely run by women. I compliment my friend and colleague, the Finance Minister, Shri P. Chidambaram, and his team for conceiving the establishment of the bank and making it a reality within a very short period of its announcement in this year's budget. It is only befitting that the Bharatiya Mahila Bank is being inaugurated on the birth anniversary of a great woman of our country, Srimati Indira Gandhi, was one of the tallest leaders that our country has produced and led the country as Prime Minister for nearly 16 years. Her life and work are an abiding source of inspiration for all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, over centuries, India has produced several accomplished women leaders in a diverse range of areas: science, medicine, business, sports, politics, and so on. Women played a predominant role in our freedom struggle with leaders like Rani Lakshmi Bai, Begum Hazrat Mahal, and Srimati Aruna Asif Ali leading from the front. We have had a woman as the president of our country and currently have a woman speaker of the Lok Sabha, a woman leader of the opposition in the Lok Sabha, and 2 women chief ministers. The president of the largest and the oldest political party in India is also a distinguished woman leader who we are privileged to have in our midst today. Some of the largest public and private sector banks in our country are today headed by women. A recent global survey of top 50 women business leaders in the world included 4 Indian women. However, ladies and gentlemen, all this does not reflect the average reality of women in our country. The sad reality is that women in India face discrimination and hardship at home, at school, at their place of work, and in public places. Their social, economic, and political empowerment remains a distant goal. Given the adverse circumstances that our women face almost at every step, the successes of our women achievers are all the more impressive. I congratulate them for their accomplishments in the face of tremendous odds. The discrimination that our women face is reflected in the indicators of human development. They score below men in literacy, in health status, in employment potential, and in entrepreneurial skills. They also lag behind men in ownership of land and assets and in the management of enterprises. Increasing incidents of violence have worsened an already bad situation. Our government recognizes its responsibility to work diligently for the empowerment of India's women. We also recognize that our efforts in this direction must cover many dimensions. Our flagship programs for rural employment and for universalizing education and health care provide equal access for both men and women and will help the cause of women's empowerment. For example, nearly half of those getting employment under the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment happen to be women. We also have schemes for taking care of the special needs of women. For example, while Janani Suraksha Yojana supports pregnant women and nursing mothers, the Sabla scheme empowers adolescent girls. We've also embarked on a process of amending our laws to make them more gender sensitive and to enable them to effectively address issues of persistent gender discrimination. We have legislated for 30% of seats for women in rural and urban local bodies. As many as 15 states have already passed legislation to earmark 50% of seats for women at the grassroots level democratic institution. Consequently, a larger proportion of poor and rural women have been brought into the fold of political participation. We have strengthened the law to provide for harsher punishment for sexual offenses against women. But much more needs to be done. It is an acknowledged fact that access to finance and banking not only helps empower women, but also broadens the social base of development, thus fostering equitable growth. This is an area in which India lags far behind. Our women have minimal access to finance and financial products. We need to change this state of affairs to enable our women to contribute to the growth processes of the mainstream national economy. Ladies and gentlemen, the setting up of the Bharatiya MAHILA Bank is a small step towards the economic empowerment of our women. It is also a reflection of our deep commitment to this cause. I am sure that the bank will fulfill the objective with which it has been established, namely financial inclusion of women and providing them equal and easy access to financial services. I am also sure that it will particularly benefit women from the less privileged sections of our society. The fact that it will be run largely by women will serve as an example that given the opportunity, women are capable of taking on challenging tasks. I understand that the bank will initially have 7 branches, which will go up to 25 by March 2014, and will focus equally on the rural and urban areas. It will offer special products keeping in view the needs of women entrepreneurs. It is a challenging task ahead for those who have been given the responsibility of beginning the operations of this bank and nurturing it in its initial years. But it is also a meaningful and fulfilling endeavor which they have been entrusted with. I wish the management of the bank, its board of directors, its chairperson, all success in the exciting task that they are engaged in. I end by reaffirming our government's deep commitment to working for a brighter future for our women and ensuring their safety and security. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. May I now call upon Shri Rajiv Takru, Secretary Financial Services, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Respected Prime Minister, sir, distinguished guests on the dais, distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen. It is seldom that one gets to be a part of the making of history. It is even more rare to participate in an event that carries with it the potential to fundamentally improve and alter a huge 50% of the country's population and consequently affect society at large. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are all fortunate to have been part of one such event. The Bharatiya Mahila Bank is not only a normal commercial institution, but is unique in its focus on women who, as statistics clearly demonstrate, for one reason or another, fell behind in deriving the desired benefits from the development of the Indian banking sector. It is the culmination of a solemn assurance of the Honorable Finance Minister in the budget, in his budget speech in Parliament earlier this year. An announcement, I may add, that was greeted and welcomed by all parties and sections of society without exception. However, as the distinguished speakers have pointed out, this is but a start. The task ahead is long. There will be trials and challenges along the way. The Bharatiya Mahila Bank and all of us have to put our shoulders to the wheel and rapidly get to the stage of delivery. All of us together have to make it work. Today, let us take a solemn pledge to give it more than our utmost to fulfill the expectations of the government, the Parliament of India, and the whole country. Our grateful thanks to the Honorable Prime Minister, the Honorable Chairperson UPA, the Honorable Chief Minister, the Honorable Finance Minister, and all distinguished guests present here on the dais and in this hall. Your presence and encouragement shall prove invaluable to drive the Bharatiya Mahila Bank towards the desired goal. Special thanks are also due to state governments, local bodies, the Reserve Bank of India, other public sector banks, and institutions who all stepped forward to make this launch possible. Whenever we were in distress and looked for assistance, it was provided without hesitation and indeed with great enthusiasm. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you all very much. On behalf of the Ministry of Finance, the Bharatiya Mahila Bank, and on behalf of the scores of officers and staff who worked tirelessly to create this institution, we express our gratitude and assure you that we shall strive, we shall toil, and shall do whatever it takes to make the Bharatiya Mahila Bank vision a reality. Believe me, ladies and gentlemen, we shall succeed. Thank you very much. May God bless us all. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. We request the audience to please remain seated till the distinguished guests on the dais have departed. We now invite all of you to please join us for high tea, which is served outside in the lawn. Thank you all for making this event a success.
महिला सशक्तिकरण के इतिहास में एक नया अध्याय रचा.
Who proposed to set up India's first women's bank as a public sector bank.
बस कुछ ही महीने पहले एक घोषणा ने भारत में महिला सशक्तिकरण के इतिहास में एक नया अध्याय रचा.
Who proposed to set up India's first women's bank as a public sector bank. As a public sector bank, and I shall provide rupees 1,000 crore as initial capital.
और आज सभी भारतीय महिलाओं के हाथों में है एक नया सवेरा, एक नई उम्मीद. भारत का पहला बैंक महिलाओं के लिए। भारतीय महिला बैंक, महिला सशक्तिकरण, भारत का सशक्तिकरण।
This is great news that India's very first women's bank is launching. It will help those who are trying to come up financially and want to be independent entrepreneurs. It will help women economically and help them achieve their dreams. Bharatiya Mahila Bank gives a push and uplifts dignity of women. Hearty congratulations to government for this venture and wishing them great success.
The Bharatiya Mahila Bank will create a significant focus towards meeting the financial needs of women. We need to empower women and to enable them to become economically independent individuals and thereby realizing the full potential of the Indian economy. And today at the launch of this bank, I want to wish the entire team all the success in its journey, and I want to wish all the Indian women all the very best in order to be able to realize their full potential and participate in the Indian economy.
This is a wonderful new landmark development for women's empowerment. If 50% of India's population, which are women, can become harbingers of change in the new economy, wouldn't it be wonderful? If women can have their own bank account, if they can use it to leverage a positive economic potential, they will feel that they are big contributors for the nation's change, to bring India into her rightful place as a leader of the world's economy. Congratulations on this effort.
I think it's a great idea. The reason why I think this is, I still believe that women do not get the kind of banking services that they particularly require. As you are aware, very few women really have enough securities with them, that is either land or buildings or real estate or even any other financial security which they can provide as collateral. As a result, many women are not able to avail of the kind of bank finance that they need in order to grow. I believe the BMB will be able to have products that will address this particular need. It will also make it easier for women to come into the banks and open accounts. However, BMB is meant for all customers, but the focus will obviously be on women, and I believe in the Indian context, this focus is very much required. I believe it's a concept that has now come of age, and therefore I wish the BMB all success.
I think it's great not only just for female account holders, I think it will definitely give a lot of employment opportunities to women.
वहाँ पर सिर्फ लेडीज होगी तो हमें अकाउंट ऑपरेट करने के लिए आसानी होगी. त्रियोनी बैंक, इट इज त्रियोनी प्रगति.
ಭಾರತೀಯ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ನಮ್ಮಂಥ ಹೆಂಗಸರಿಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಉಪಕಾರಿ ಅಂತಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಏಕೆಂದರೆ ಇದು ಮಿಡಲ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಯ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಹೆಂಗಸರಿಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಂತ ಉದ್ಯೋಗ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು ತುಂಬ ಅನುಕೂಲವಾಗಿದೆ.
इतर बँकेपेक्षा ह्या बँकेमध्ये कर्मचारी सहकारी लेडीज कर्मचारी असल्यामुळे सहकार्य चांगलं मिळू शकतं एवढी आमची अपेक्षा आहे.
It sounds interesting. Heard it for the first time. Where I'll surely open my account.
Oh, like we have a women's college, now we have a women's bank.
Bharatiya Mahila Bank இந்தியாவுக்கு ரொம்ப பெருமையா இருக்கு.
I think since it's a women oriented bank, they will definitely have some sort of schemes understanding our money saving nature.
భారతీయ మహిళా బ్యాంక్ మహిళలకు మాత్రమే బ్యాంక్. ఎన్నాళ్ళకి ఆడవాళ్ళ గురించి ఎవరో ఒకరు ఆలోచించి బయటికి ఇలాంటి మంచి ఉద్దేశంతో బయటికి రావడం ఎంతో సంతోషంగా ఉంది.
একটা পরিবারকে মহিলারাই সামলে রাখে, তাই মহিলাদের জন্য কিছু করা মানে পরিবারের জন্য করা.
ಭಾರತೀಯ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಎನ್ನುವ ಹೆಸರು ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಂಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕು.
ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳ ಆರ್ಥಿಕ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಬ್ರು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಜಕ್ಕೂ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಭಾರತೀಯ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ నాకు చాలా నచ్చింది.
I think it's a great opportunity because women are coming up in all sectors of life, and if they're going to give some special schemes especially for women who are coming up with new ventures for new entrepreneurs, I think it's going to be great.
Indian women's always had a special place in this Indian society, but this bank has taken women's all together to a different level.
A better bank for the better half.
भारतीय महिला बैंक, महिला सशक्तिकरण, भारत का सशक्तिकरण.